Now, over the past few days on the news, we've seen some really terrible stories. It's really worrying stuff, and to talk about how it's affecting us, I've got an expert in the studio with us. Now, Kirrilie is a child psychologist. She works for an organisation called Developing Minds. Now, Kirrilie, how does it affect us to see really horrible news like this all the time?
Well, I think there are lots of kids out there who watch things like this on the news and feel really worried about themselves, about the world. They feel really sad about what's going on. And when we see things like this, I think the first thing we should know is that they're not alone. People everywhere are feeling really worried and sad about these things. Teachers, parents, all of us. And when that happens, we should know that it means that you're part of a group of people who really care about the world.
And is it, do kids have a reason to be worried, or can they feel safe?
I think it's important when we see the news is to remember that there's a difference between what's happening in the news and what's happening in our own life. Things on the news are on the news because they're special and different and unusual. And if we can remind ourselves that our own life is different from that, then we can start to feel a bit safer.
And have you got any tips for kids to feel better about what's going on in the world around them?
Yeah, I think it's really important to look for the good, because in every catastrophe or bad thing or conflict that goes on in the world, there are good people who are trying to fight it or change it or help. And if we look for the good people in these things, then often we can be reminded that the world is not a terrible place. It's a place where terrible things happen, but that there are also good people here.
And any other tips for kids?
Yeah, Sarah, I would say talk to an adult, because sometimes the worries that we have when we talk to a parent or a school teacher or a school counsellor, it can change things for us a bit. They can give us some information that can reassure us. And even if they can't give us any information which reassures us, they can tell us things, or we can say things that gets it out of our head and makes us feel better.
That's great. Thanks for being with us, Kirrilie.
Thank you.